then what happens? All your unconscious samskaras get strengthened. The abhyasa happens in you also, but unconscious level. Things which are not needed becomes abhyasa in you. Things which are not going to be directly helpful for your consciousness becomes abhyasa in you. See in your life, anything which makes you unconscious, you make that a habit very quickly. Very quickly it becomes your habit. Drinking, smoking, drugs, anything which makes you unconscious. TV. When you are watching TV, you don't have to think about you. You can constantly go on laughing at others, making fun of others. See, you need so much of entertainment. Why? Because you can't be with yourself. You can't be with yourself. India the other day, near our ashram, they inaugurated a theme park. They requested me to come and inaugurate the theme park. I said no. They asked me, what is this, Swamiji? There's nothing wrong in theme park. I said, I am feeling so bad. This country needs theme parks to entertain people. Means what? The depression level is going high. Depression level is going high. Now we need to invent more and more and more different entertainments. The great civilizations, the Vedic civilizations, even their entertainment was conscious based. Prayer, meditation, different techniques, going to different places of worship, different energy centers, different energy fields. Even entertainment was conscious based in our civilization, in the Vedic civilization. But now I am seeing even entertainments need to be adrenaline based. Adrenaline based means moving your body fast, giving you kind of a surprise, shocks. All that roller coaster, everything is the entertainments which puts you unconscious. See, when the adrenaline release happens, you feel like a hero. It is literally like a dog eating its own leg. Please understand. It feels the blood, it enjoys the blood, but it doesn't know the after effect. It doesn't know it is eating itself. It is killing itself. You do not know the adrenaline release. It really entertains you for 5 minutes. You feel high, but you are entering into the unconscious enjoyments, unconscious entertainments, unconscious abhyasas. That is why so much of appeal about these horror movies. You know, after seeing that movie for 2 days, you can't relax. In the room, bedroom, even if small cat movement, or dog movement, or even screen movement. But somehow, even then, you again sit in front of the same movie. It's a kind of a unconscious abhyasa, entertainment. Means putting yourself into the unconscious layer again and again and again. So the whole civilization, because it is very easy. See, unconsciously falling in tune is very easy. Consciously falling into the restful awareness means you need to practice little, you need to meditate, you need to practice. And you are never taught from the young age that is easy. You are always taught this is the easy. You are never taught meditation is easy. That's a big problem. Sometimes when I look back, I feel so blessed. I was born and brought up in a place where meditation is a lifestyle, where from the young age I know it is easy. During my teenage, I just used to sit for 6-7 hours, especially in my college. Morning around 3 o'clock I will get up, I will just sit till 9 o'clock, 5-6 hours. My roommates, these guys are not ready to believe I am meditating, but anyhow, they got frightened seeing day in and day out, every day me sitting without moving the body continuously for so many hours. That itself is too much for them. They asked me once, what happened? How come you sit so many hours? Just like that. Actually, they were not able to relate with what I am doing, how I am able to do. Same way, I was not able to relate with them. When they asked me, how are you able to do this? I told him, what is there? My body, my mind, I want to sit, I am sitting, that's all. I can understand, none of you are able to relate with what I am saying. Maybe in the mind you are saying, give him one more chance. Negative abhyasa, understand? Your body, your mind, if you can't sit with it, what is going on? What is happening? Reclaim. It is time. Reclaim your freedom. Reclaim your body. Reclaim your mind. Your inner space is yours. As I was telling yesterday, Pratyahara is the ultimate freedom. Please understand. All other freedom is just idea. It is the idea taught to you. One lion had a huge flock of sheep, and every day it will kill one sheep and eat. Another lion asked, how come you manage all these guys in one place? Don't they run away seeing you? This lion said, no, I hypnotized them and told them all that they are all lions. And they don't run away when they see me. They are all there. I just go and pick up one and eat. Next day when I go there, they are all there. I pick up one and eat. Just like that lion has hypnotized all the goats and told that you are all lions. And those lions are all believing that goats are all believing and saying, yes, we are lions and sitting. Understand, all the freedom you have, whatever you think you have, all ideas about freedom, economical freedom, whatever freedom you think you have, is only idea given to you. It is only idea given to you. The one and only freedom is pratyahara, means ability to be in your center. Except that, there is no other freedom. There is nothing else which can be called as freedom. You can see in your life, people think, oh, if I work for these 5 days, I have freedom to go for vacation in the 2 days. But try to go for vacation, you will be carrying all your files inside. You will be lying down in the Hawaii beach and thinking about the work only. What else? Only if you know how to get back to your center, you have freedom. As long as you live in the negative abhyasa cycle, means wrong things becomes your practice. Unconscious things becomes your practice. Unconscious things are drawing you more. Unconscious things are centering yourself more. Please understand. It is not that society has anger towards you and it teaches, it takes revenge on you, it punishes you. No. They themselves are unconscious. Your parents are not hating you. They don't have hatred towards you. They themselves are unconscious. That is where the problem starts. They themselves don't know. The conscious abhyasa can be taught. I can clearly describe how that negative abhyasa gets settled inside your system. First thing, the unconscious thing, you can see, when you start meditating, how difficult you feel. You will feel the same difficulty when you start drinking or when you start smoking also. Your system will go through the same resistance. When you start meditating, what resistance it goes through? The same resistance it will go through when you start using drug or smoking or drinking. Only thing, with this smoking or drinking or drug, you have company. Many people telling you, no, it will become all right in 2 days. See, I am example. You have so many living enlightened masters. You are surrounded by, sorry, not enlightened, unenlightened. There are so many people encouraging, enthusiastic, company, the civilization. Actually, otherwise, can you imagine? I cannot imagine sending smoke inside my system. Oh God. How could these guys do? I don't understand. Simply, I can't relate with it. How can you put something inside your system which will make you dull, which will make you dumb, which will paralyze you, which will just make you forget things, which will not even let you remember what you are and who you are? I can't understand. Your system will naturally resist. But what happens? You have many people who are already in tune with that bio-memory, who have lived, who are living, their presence influences you. So the initial struggles, initial difficulties, actually, when I started practicing yoga, when I started practicing meditation, the initial resistance which I had, the same resistance you will also have when you start negative abhyasa. Fortunately, I had some guys who have done this positive work and became enlightened around me, continuously encouraging, giving enthusiasm. Hey, come on, come on, come on, it's nothing, it's nothing, it's nothing. So I fell in tune with that. Unfortunately, people, when they have this wrong people around, then they feel connected, fell in tune, and start living this. The negative abhyasa, I can say, that is the ultimate conspiracy done to you. Whether it is anger, or greed, or fear, or drug, whatever. Negative abhyasa, please understand, negative abhyasa is the ultimate conspiracy, ultimate crime done against you, done against your consciousness, against your being. I can see very clearly. Sometimes I sit and wonder, when I see especially my brahmacharis and trying to train them, when I take the classes, I go around and take the classes, people find difficulty even to close eyes, forget about meditation. Just to close eyes, they feel frightened. No, no, no. Half an hour I have to close the eyes and sit. What? I cannot sit for half an hour with closed eyes. Who knows what will go on outside? No, one person told me, wrote me a letter in just few days before in a meditation camp. First time in my life, 2 days I was without watching CNN Swamiji. I said, oh God. See the negative abhyasas. Negative abhyasas. In every step, whatever you do becomes abhyasa. One more thing, if you understand the secret, and not let that abhyasa happen to you, it will just start melting down. It will just start melting down. When it comes to negative things, do not allow abhyasa to happen. Be aware. More and more be aware. Whenever the suffering comes, do not allow the suffering to stay inside you. Just decide to entertain yourself in something else, not with the TV or not with other sufferings. I am not saying you to change sufferings, no. I am saying you to change the very energy, very thing. Change. That is why in India we had so many wonderful positive entertainment things. In my native village, I know a man can be entertained throughout the year just based on the temple. Every day something or other will be going on in the temple. Every day you can be positively entertained, constantly remembering some positive ideas. One guy asked me, Swamiji, in your temple I saw every day some festival goes on. In India, in our temple, we call the temple Nityotsava, means eternal festival. Every day you will see the temple flag will be flying. Some Utsava will be going on. Something will be happening. Means constantly reminding them positive ideas and engraving positive abhyasa. Positive abhyasa. I asked him, when bars can be open every day, why not temples? Why should temples be weekend? No. When bars can be opened every day, where the negative abhyasa is done, see, number of bars and number of temples should be at least equal. Because the negative abhyasa, all the units, places where negative abhyasa is happening are open 24 hours and available to the market, and whole civilization is encouraged. And why not the place where positive abhyasa is happening? Sometimes people ask me, Swamiji, what is this? In our ashrams and temples, people are dancing like a bar, like a pub. I tell them, if you drink and dance, it is negative abhyasa. If you just sing and dance, it is positive abhyasa. I have to equate. The big problem is, if you drink and dance, it is a culture. And if you sing and dance, you are old, outdated. See the mind. If you drink and dance, you are updated. You are updated. Fashion, modern. If you just sing the divine name, or the Guru's name, or the God's name, and jump, in that ecstasy and joy, immature fellows. Immature fellows. I have seen in India, these old guys, they can't tolerate the Swamis dancing and spiritual, religious crowd so happy. They always complain. In India, especially these orthodox, traditional people, they can't imagine a Swami can jump so freely and dance so freely and joyfully. They can't tolerate. They ask me. I tell them, are you able to stop the negative abhyasa? No. Then at least create some place where positive abhyasa is happening, so that people will start feeling connected. Actually, all the juicy, joyful things being removed from the positive energy field, when the celebration is removed from the spiritual tradition, be very clear, the positive abhyasa will never happen. Will never happen. Many people start drinking just because they can see many companions, many friends. They can start dancing, make more friends, and expand their identity. Many incentives, many other things are associated with drinking. I tell them, bring all those things, benefits, into spirituality, into meditation, into the bliss, into the joy. Create positive abhyasa.